Hello, Caleb. Thank you for joining us. We'll jump right into questions. First, we'll go to Frank Delapa. Frank, you're unmuted now.
Great. Hi, Caleb. First 30 to 35 minutes, that looked like the team, looked like how you want the team to play. Can you talk about that? And also what you saw in the New York first goal, it looked like guys were caught upfield, like the outside backs especially.
Yeah, Frank. I thought it was another game where we had a good first half. Um, Obviously, we score a goal, bit fortunate, but felt like we controlled large portions of that first half, um, and got in great positions. Good occupation in the final third, which is what we wanted to do, and it felt like we were having the run of the game. And then, very, like you said, very disappointed to give away the goal in a transition moment. We've given away 5 goals this year, and 2 of them are transitions and 2 of them are defensive set pieces. So of the 5, 4 of those are, becoming a trend. I feel like when we're in balance, and get our line set and our block set up, we're very difficult to break down, but the defensive set pieces and the transitions, we have to clean that up. For me, it's another game where we're close, but not close enough. Felt like we played better in the attack at times and got in great positions, but the quality on the cross, even just for me, the responsibility to shoot, to take a risk, to get the ball in the box, to then create something. I just felt like we were too safe when we got in around the goal. So, we'll continue to work, continue to look at those things, continue to improve. I don't think we lost the game today because the team didn't fight or because, the guys didn't give all they had. We lost the game today, in the boxes, and that continues to be where we're falling short. We got to clean up the defensive set pieces. We brought in a set piece coach, and we spent a lot of time, more than I've ever seen anybody spend time on set pieces. And right now we're -2 on set pieces. We've given away 2 goals and we haven't scored a goal. So we have to be better there, and have to be better in the transition moments. And then we have to be better, for me, in the final third, continuing to show quality. I thought it was a game where the outside backs and the wide guys, if they get service in, that we would create more. And I didn't think we did that enough today.
Seth McCumber, we'll go to you next. Seth, you're unmuted now.
Hi, Coach. Can you talk about some of the changes you made to the starting lineup? Particularly interested in bringing in Polster and moving Lagodi to the bench.
Yeah, we just felt like Matt, his leadership. Obviously, in preseason, we had played with Yusuf, Matt, and Jackson together, and we had success with that, shape, and Yusuf playing as a shuttler on the left. It's a tight pitch. There's not a ton of width, so we felt like Luka would be better off the bench.
Emma, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hey, Caleb, I'm just wondering, with the break coming up, how you think that's going to affect the team, possibly help reset after these first few matches.
Yeah, again, we've been competitive in every game. Like I said, we're close. Here we are. Here we were again in the 65th minute, 1-1. So that's the good and the bad. The good is we've been competitive in every game, and we've been right there in every second half. The bad is that we're not finding that breakthrough, and I do believe it will come. Again, if there's a positive, it's not like we're overmatched in any game. We're right there. So, we just got to continue to work on the final third especially and to clean up the set pieces.
Caleb Pongratz, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask, at the end of the game there, Carlos Hill looked a little visibly upset. He pulled his jersey over his head and was consoled by a couple of the coaches, a couple of players. Can you give any insight about what Carlos was feeling and if you've had any conversations with him since the game has ended?
I think everybody was upset. I don't think him being upset is out of the ordinary when you lose a game at all. You want your players upset when they lose a game. So I honestly don't know how to answer that question. I think it's kind of a weird question, to be honest with you.
Seth, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hey, Coach, I just want to ask about you mentioning taking more risk in the final third. Were there particular moments where you felt like there a little bit more risk was needed?
Yeah. We got the ball wide quite a bit, and instead of going 1v1 and getting a cross in, we too many times went backwards in those situations. Thought Eli actually, when he came in, we got a little bit more, even though he's right-footed. But he, wanted to drive at the right back and get crosses in, and that's what we needed. It's a game. If we got crosses in, I felt we'd score either on the first ball or the counter press. And we got to take more responsibility, take more risks, and just be a bit more ruthless, and that's individual, but it's also collective. I think we just got to continue to work on that. We did get in better spots today. We had more control, so that's good. But yeah, we need to continue to show more quality in that final third.
We're joined by Revolution defender Brandon Bai. Again, if you have a question for Brandon, hit the raised hand icon, and we'll take as many questions as we can. We'll start with Frank Delapo. Frank, you are unmuted now.
Great. Hey, Brandon. Talk about the first 30, 35 minutes you guys looked like you played like you want to play. What happened where you let the New York kind of get back in the game?
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it back, but it's a transition moment, and I think we need to be better. That's about what I know about it, but obviously we'll watch the film and reflect and then, move on from it.
Next, we'll go to Seth McCumber. Seth, you're unmuted now.
Hi, Brandon. Thanks for taking the time. Coach talked about being a little more bold and taking more risks in the final third. There's also times where you want to hold possession. Can you just talk about the balance of when to hold possession but when to be bold?
Yeah, it's a tough balance, something you have to understand. Also something you have to understand with how the game is going and, on a small field like this one, if you're too aggressive, they can make you pay in a hurry. And, it's something that we have to continue to develop an understanding with each other and, on the field, understanding whether to go, whether to be balanced, whether to take those chances, things like that.
Emma, we'll go to you next, and you are unmuted now.
Hey, Brandon, I'm just wondering, with that break coming up in the coming week, how do you think that's going to help the team? Do you feel like it gives you guys kind of a chance to reset after these first few matches?
Yeah, I think so. A few guys going away for international duty. Hopefully, it gives us time to reflect on our performances so far and come back stronger in the Red Bull game coming up.
And we'll wrap up with Caleb Pongratz. Caleb, you are unmuted now.
Hey, Brandon, tough game. Just wanted to ask, how difficult was it in the match to build out and build into half spaces? There were times where not only your defense, but also New York City's defense were just merely 30 yards apart from each other for a lot of the game. How difficult was it to find the spaces inside the field?
Yeah, difficult. I think it's, combination of the field itself and both teams wanted to press and put pressure on each other's back line when we try to build out. So, think it made it difficult, but that left some spaces that sometimes we took advantage of it, and wishing we'd have took advantage of some more of them.